everyone. Welcome to Sisterhood, your weekly magazine show coming to you from beautiful Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you so much for joining us as we come together weekly to bring you some inspiration, information, and insights.
The intention of Sisterhood is to create a safe place where we can share, learn, and explore some of the unique issues women face not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the Caribbean.
Right around the world, even, if you could get us. In the Sisterhood, our aim is to start communicating so we can learn from each other's experiences. Today, we have our special guest on set, Caribbean fashion guru and creative director of the Sisterhood, Mr. Richard Young.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be part of the Sisterhood this week. I have been working with you all for a while, planning how the shows go, styling you all, and now to be on set with you all is really, really exhilarating.
Yes.
Thank you here with us, Richard.
Yes. In today's show, we head to the streets to bring to you the pulse of the people. Candid and insightful opinions from folks we meet and our inspirational and motivational segment, Word from the Wise.
Plus, self-centered, our health, beauty, and fitness segment. And our main topic today is We the People. Since our independence in 1962, we have given several governments the opportunity to run the affairs of this country. However, 56 years later, you all 56 years later, we still seem to have some of the basic problems we started off with. We feel it is time for we, the people, to define what we are looking for from our governments. So today we will be examining all of this and more when the Sisterhood returns.
Welcome back. Thanks very much for staying with us. We like to thank all the ladies who have signed up for the Sisterhood group, and our Facebook page have doubled our likes in just 1 week. Please encourage at least 2 friends to join the Sisterhood. We can build strength in numbers, ladies.
Very true. And I want to start off by welcoming Richard to the Sisterhood set. He's no stranger to the Sisterhood. He's one of the foundation members of the Sisterhood show, and he provides creative direction to every aspect of the production. Frankly, we could not do it without him.
Yes, and his stories.
Yes.
Yes, the wildest stories.
Richard, welcome. So, besides working so hard with us every week and getting all our designs together and our looks, what have you been up to? I mean, we can't be doing anything.
No, I just did this major show called Auto and Style, and as a result of that, there were plans for resuscitating Fashion Week, which I'm very happy about. I have been asked by Fashion Institute of Technology to come to their museum feature and to talk about Caribbean style in September, so I'm planning for that. Nice. And I have an engagement in Boston, and I have an engagement in St. Lucia.
And you have a big suitcase you can pack anybody in it.
Yeah, I feel like I need to be an assistant somewhere.
You're always traveling, so you're like the representative of fashion for Trinidad around the world.
Well, I kind of like to see it under the Caribbean thing. I am an advocate for the Caribbean aesthetic, and that's what I push. It's not only in the clothing, but it's just the show. This is part of it.
But
how
what
we
I want to
communicate.
find out is what really has given you the encouragement to do the things that you do. Richard.
To keep going.
To keep going.
Well, I think...
This place could suck your energy sometimes.
Yeah, well, the energy is sucked. I'm daunted some of the times. But I like seeing the result of the work, because I'm also working like at the Miss World pageant, Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice.
So I work in beauty and fashion arts, and the encouragement I get from the people I work with, and the satisfaction I get from seeing the improvements and the enhancements and the sense of confidence, that is what has given me. Atalia, you should know, because you came to me when you were 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I was a cute boy.
And look at the beauty she is now.
yeah.
So that's what's encouraging in that, seeing the result of all that.
Seeing the result, seeing beauty, making beauty out of nothing sometimes. Like even working with this, making sure there's a nice look out of the.
But Richard, I have to ask, is everyone supportive in the beauty industry?
No, they are not. They are not.
They could be ugly.
Yes, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and I think that is one of the things. Consolidation is in numbers, just as you're building the Sisterhood Foundation, and that is what I feel has been deleterious. My friend would say spell it. deleterious to the
I'm going to look it up after.
to the consolidation of the
Yes.
creative arts in the Caribbean, because it's not just fashion, it's all of the creative energies. It's a creative industry, and we need to support each other in the graphic, performing,
I
new
agree. Yes.
world art and everything.
Caribbean
you know?
Next Top Model, sorry, is that over?
No, that is going
That's
on.
still going
There
on.
was a
I know
slight
you were a huge
conflict.
part.
There was a conflict in terms of some of the things I was doing and the timing for filming,
Right.
so
Right.
I had to step off of
Oh,
that.
okay.
But that was a wonderful experience.
Thank you very much, Richard, for
Yes.
for being here. Well, it's time for us to jump into our first segment in the Sisterhood call. So I was minding my own business, and you'll fill in the rest.
Oh gosh, guys.
You-
Well, I was minding my own business and I saw a schoolboy kick a homeless person
Oh gosh.
on the
Not
side of
only-
the road,
not-
and he was walking with his mother, and the mother said nothing. So that really got to me. Really
It
got
just
to me.
got to me too.
It was sad.
Yeah.
The fact he was walking with his mother and she didn't even correct him.
That
Sad.
is sad. That is
What
sad.
is
We are-
going
I
on
mean, we need to
these
respect
people?
and
Yeah,
love
of
all
course.
human beings. You
Yeah,
all.
we can do better
Yes,
than that.
definitely.
As a
We can do
people,
better than
really,
that.
Richard.
Yeah, we the
Better
people
than
need to grow better than that.
Yes.
I was
Wow.
minding my own business. Well, I thought it was my business when I went to see about getting some records for my mother at the hospital. And so she told me, quite rudely, lifted eyebrow, squint in the eye,
Not your mother, the girl.
the person behind the counter. No, she has to come and she has to give you a document, or she has to come herself. And I said, a big person like me, but anyway, I said, let me follow the rules, I'll go and do it. When I came back, she said, why would you assume that I would know that you are coming back? And therefore, I did not pull the file, and the staff has gone home. And therefore, I can't get it done for you. And I had to breathe, as one of my
But she
friends say,
told
in
you
with
you
Jesus,
have to-
out with Satan. And therefore not go further, because I was really riled up.
So
at
you're
that
minding your
point.
own business
I'm
and
minding
you
my
recognize
business, and I
inefficiency.
You
recognize
always get
inefficiency.
yourself
Wow.
about hospitals and all
Yes.
these
Well, it's
things.
all our public servants in Trinidad.
I
It's
know
all, it's
customer
all.
service
We
is
the
terrible
people-
in Trinidad. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, they have few good ones.
Of
There are few good
course.
people and really work hard for the money, but the bad ones that spoil it. It's sad.
And it's
Like
a public service.
I
We
know.
need to address
And you know what
that.
I realized? When someone is nice, I find myself saying, wow,
It
she's
Yeah.
nice.
has to
You don't
be,
find
yeah.
that was good service.
Yeah.
Like, if it's
Well,
not
that
supposed to be
should-
And
something,
that
it's
should
not
be the
supposed to be
natural
happening.
thing. That's the natural thing.
Yeah.
Should not be the
My
exception.
gosh,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit
Nice.
because I was minding my own business when World Cup started, y'all. I have World
Oh,
Cup fever.
yes.
I don't know about you all.
Watch me too.
And you know my boy is Cristiano
I
Ronaldo.
want
So to all the
let me that oil longer.
all right. So to all the haters out there, Cristiano Ronaldo, 3 goals for Portugal. You know who I got here. So I was minding my own business and I made my day, my week, and I love how I notice how football unites.
It brings
Yeah.
It brings
everybody
everyone
together.
together.
Yes.
You drive down the road and you hear all the yeah.
No, but we just came out of basketball fever too, though. So I just saying.
Oh, God.
because
I know
like
Trini's
sports
passionate
overall.
about football.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
with
my
me,
thing.
I was minding my own business after coming from around the savannah. I train every morning, because Richard says so. You know? And going to check my mom, and I saw they had cake sale in favor of John Day, and I'm really proud of her because she works really, really hard. And now I'm assisting her because her partner in crime, who's part of the foundation with her, she left to go to the US. So now I'm doing Italian Friends Foundation stuff and Innovators of Tomorrow stuff. So I'm really proud of my mom. It's so good.
I was minding my own business
Yeah.
and I noticed a maxi taxi with some men in it, and I was curious, like, we're going to the outing, a vacation, Sunday.
Yeah,
Excursion.
Excursion.
Yes.
And it was fathers going to see, making stops in different areas because it was Father's Day, and a couple fellas at different houses to make stops
Father
for
drops,
Father's
yeah,
Day.
they have too
So
many
that to go,
children.
one had to
Like
go
a parang in
Cookie,
Canada.
one had to go Pleasantville, and I take a maxi to go and find the different houses to go and get a Father's Day gift. I mean, that was one thing, but no, what I was really, that was just joke.
But no, but I
I
know
was-
some fellas.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, how many houses you had to
And
go
the
to
check
there?
fellas, real Father's Day, this last Father's Day gone, fellas had to stop at different houses, different areas. And much policemen and custom officers had to stop at different points. But anyway, one of the things I really is mind my business business about. And this song y'all were talking about, the Soulful song.
God.
And it was not double entendre at all, and they played it on the radio. And we
not
as
well written. It's
and
not
we
put
want to
together.
always ask why our children are so corrupt sometimes, and because of these things, radio broadcasters watch these songs that you're playing, and double entendre is different to plain
we know.
nastiness
Yes.
out there.
Yeah.
So check on yourself.
Be responsible.
Yeah, I never know you're throwing bleach on swordfish yet.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
and
Lord.
and
Yes.
Swordfish, what here y'all are telling me?
Yes, right.
That was a song,
Scandalous.
people. What is that?
Scandalous. Codfish
Anyway.
does not have hair.
No.
Jeez.
All right. So, well, those were all the fabulous stories where we were minding our own business in sweet tea and tea. But we have to stop here.
Yes, and when we return, we plunge into today's main topic, we the people. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are viewing Sisterhood. And now we step into our today's main topic, we the people. One of the main things we talk about in this show is that we all need to practice the habit of being grateful. It helps us build positivity. It builds better relationship. It generally gives you a better outlook on life. We all can also agree that in Trinidad and Tobago, we have many things that we can be grateful for. However, in a small island such as ours, with all the resources we have at our fingertips, many of us are not living our best lives.
That's true.
Government after governments have come and gone, have made promises and then let us down. They have divided us and won elections, have used us to enrich their lives and families and their friends and financiers. But what about we, the people? The people who put them there to take care of us, who gives them the money to run our affairs, to ensure we have better lives ourselves and our families. Don't we have a say in what we want for our country?
I would think so.
How we want to see the money spent? Don't we have a say?
From the moment they get into power, we the people disappear. Come on, ladies, that's true.
Yeah.
We start hearing about billion-dollar contracts, million-dollar projects, roads, bridges, buildings, national security, economic downturn, pillars of growth, vision 2020. Come on, we know about this. New hospitals, new schools, housing. But we never hear about what specifically will be done for we the people.
To enrich our lives. What?
What about us?
I don't know. Imagine if our government were to flip the entire operation upside down and put we the people first. Imagine if they really made an effort to relieve the suffering that goes on at our hospitals daily, where people struggle to get some decent, humane treatment, and we're not even talking medical yet. There are successful hospital operations all around the world that take care of their patients. So if they wanted to give us better healthcare, they could find out how to do it.
It's very easy.
Very easy.
It's not
They don't-
science,
yeah,
rocket
they
science.
don't have to invent better healthcare. It exists. They just have to do it. Our government, it seems, prefers to see hundreds of us go to these facilities and suffer daily, instead of making sure we are taken care of with respect and dignity.
Yes, I'm tired here. People talk about going to the hospital and nobody there and they can't take care. Why we have to
that
do
every week?
Every this is going on years in Trinidad.
Yeah, it's not only the hospitals, it's also the police service, it's also government services. They are all not aimed at making our lives better, at serving the public, at giving good customer service and satisfaction. So we have these ancient systems and operations. We have to line up, we have to wait, we have to be at the mercy of the mood of the attendant every day. Nothing is easy. Nothing is, how can I help you? No one is looking to see how we can make these operations and services quicker, easier, better for we, the people.
No, nothing, no.
We don't look at our problems with the way to solve it. Government see our people in crisis and do nothing. Like Laventille, have poor families with poor family structures and support system to help them move out of desperation and poverty. So Laventille and Silas or wherever has become breeding ground for crime and criminal activity. There is a solution for that. Worldwide, there are examples where they go into rough neighborhoods and give the people the support they need. Not handouts, but coping skills.
Yes.
Counseling, dealing with the families on a one-on-one basis, finding ways to empower them. And it will not take millions of dollars or billions of dollars. Our government need to see where we, the people, are struggling and see about us first before the next mega $1 million project.
Point.
People before money.
Yes.
Yes.
Unless we demand that we do not want to hear about who thief and which party is better than which party, unless we demand our politicians not bring race, pecan and bacchanal for us to eat up every election, we the people will always be left behind. Make demands, people. What if we put up sheds to try to make a living instead of ripping them down? What if we do that? Put it up. What if they said that these people are trying to make a living? What are we as a government can do to help? What if we do that, government, instead of taking a police van and destroying their livelihood? What if the government role was to help clear up the space? So if it's clean and easy for people to access, let's put neat signs for each booth. Let's make fancy tents so it looks nice, like a nice place for people to shop, you know? Let's encourage sales for people and let's see them flourish. Why can't our government's role be to make the lives of our citizens better?
Not easy.
Why can't they passionately look for ways to support and encourage us? Small businesses, they employ many people. And they feed their families. The arts need so much support. And we can bring international income into this country.
Yes, that is the
with
best
the
way
arts,
to
of
diversify.
course. Farmers can export their export to the world. Take our land and plant, support and encourage the people instead of tearing them down.
And I
always.
I mean, we always deal with so many things considered by the government, and that is why some people say they don't even want to vote too. You know, and sometimes I feel bad that they don't want to, but sometimes I know they'll be like, oh God, you see me, I really feel.
Because they are not feeling the power they have as we the people.
Like it's like when they putting out the Charlotte Street vendors the other day, and they're gonna put them somewhere in the back place where nobody walk, and they're gonna and like, are they thinking about the people really? Or they're thinking about their convenience?
When you
fitting them in somewhere.
What is structure in town? When you see some of the buildings, if they have done proper high rise and put proper parking spaces and stuff, I think that would allow people to still say, well, you know, they're
shopping and stuff.
They care about people. I think what people in this country need to see that the government really care about the people and not the building, the concrete structures that they always pushing in our face. But the people do social development, make demands on the government. The social development office, I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. I mean, we need our youths.
And I like the word you said about diversify. That is what economic diversification is. Doing non-traditional income generating things to advance people.
Exactly.
And that's what I think we have not pushed. We are working with all formats and trying to have new results.
Exactly, exactly.
It's all the formats and new results.
Old fogies making these decisions for us. You know, people were not creative thoughts. People that say, oh, well, this work like 25 years ago, let's do it now. No.
I need to update technology.
I'm always talking about Trinidad as this place to party. Why is that a negative thing? Why can't that be a good thing, a source of income?
Of course.
When we throw a big party and all the Caribbean tempted.
Carnival.
Yes, we can, aka Carnival, but
you know,
push it and support
as a young
it.
person, I'm so fed up of reading the newspaper each day. Sometimes I don't even want to switch on to listen to news because everything is so negative, and you have to stop and think, are these people really for real? Honestly, are they for real?
I feel appalled when I see the crime and everything going on and not hearing anything from the government.
What do we need
You're
to
not
think?
hearing things, people. You know, I need ministers to come and say, people, we working, Mama Gaius, and tell you we working on this.
We care about you.
I felt about Mama
Okay, ladies, let's go to the pulse of our people. Let's uplift this place a little bit. It's a segment where we speak to people on the street and get their thoughts and opinions.
Yes. Pulse of the people.
What the people need is for the government to let the local government get the powers to implement the policies of the central government. That would help to bring down crime in the country, because the local government, which I would call a local parliamentary representative, right? He will be able to go all over his constituency. He might be able to pinpoint houses or homes that have people that is not so, you know, and who will cook it and all kind of thing like that, right? That is what the local government would be able to do. Good. It would also help with the social implication of people who needs help, because they could go to the local government, explain what is what, and the local government would help. The local government and the borough council is to work simultaneously. The local government see what's the problem, and they call in the borough council to fix the problem. That is roads, drainage, cutting trees, that local government would see those things, then tell the borough council that these things should be done and things like that. Right?
And next thing again, I let us say that homeless people on the street. Every time I walk, I see them in the morning time and in the night time lying on by the street. They're looking bad, man. They're looking bad, some of the people on the road sleeping all about, and we could do something to help that. Yeah, we could do something to help that. Change the way our life going in Trinidad. Let me come back to a more civilized place. More happy society where man could walk free and live and think free. Without the lay down in the night and study, or somebody come to rob you or somebody come to kill you. That's not the way we want to live. We want to live like how we used to live before. We could go to a party and come back free and feel happy. That is the most I could say about that. But they must check the law book and see where they could change. Some of them laws ain't right.
As a foreigner who goes back and forth, live in Trinidad and also live in the state, I was speaking to my nephew this morning, and he said the problem is the government is enforcing the law that was never enforced before. And I think that is a good thing, because law were made to follow. And if the people are not enforcing, if the government is not enforcing it, you must enforce rule and regulation. And I think it's a good thing. You want your country to go forward like everywhere else. So, some of the things Donald Trump is doing is a madman. But he says he's enforcing the rule. Yes, that is good, but it's how he's doing it. And again, in Trinidad, you need to enforce the rules. People need to follow the rules. You need to follow the law of the country. If not, the country will become lawless.
Right, wow, there's some great opinions there from the people. The people, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us.
I must say,
I
really
wanna-
great discussions overall, ladies and gents,
One of the things I wanted to mention though about there are lots of children on the streets now. A lot of families have put out their children, and a lot of young people living on the streets, and I really want social development or somebody to look into that. There are a lot of kids on the streets, people, and these are one thing I want our government to really address and give them homes. We need to make more homes for our youths.
Yes. I think we the people have to realize that we have a voice, and we can we need to stand up and try to make a difference in this country.
But
The thing
also,
is, we all frustrated.
yes.
So the next thing I wanted to say is, honestly, the government needs to put more programs in place to help train people when they're working. We all having a hard day, we all having a bad day. But sometimes a smile, a change in attitude will help things go a little easier. So please.
Yeah, I was going to take up on that point, because sometimes it is not what the government can do for you, but what we can do for each other. And so that's really important, because the person at the ground level needs to interact better with the fellow human being. And that could improve a lot of things. And that's how you develop to have a force to go to the government if you can feel consolidated in wanting improvement. So I think that's really important, that we interact better with one another. Period.
It's hard for people to be working to improve things when these circumstances they're working under.
Like most offices are still in paper mode when we have so much technology around. I always say that it's so backyard, like before Christ.
It's just frustration.
So when they have to work in that kind of circumstance and then to come out to deal with people, it's like really hard. But I don't care, you chose that, you have to deal with people properly.
So you're saying you have to put proper systems in place and
Infrastructural development.
So really, really great discussions overall, I just want to say. But however, we have to go to commercial break. When we return, we will explore some possible solutions for we the people.
Welcome back.
You're viewing Sisterhood, a weekly show where we address some of the issues facing not only women but our country. Today's topic is we the people and what we want for our country as we step into the future.
Yep. That's what we're talking about, and we want your input. So if you want to write on our page and you have a statement to make, please do. We, the people, need a new way of thinking. We can no longer sit on the sides and let our governments do whatever they feel to do with our country after they have their 5 years in power. How much better are they leaving us, really? We have to make demands first for yourself. Demand you know what you want for yourself and for your family. And then demand a new and a more modern government that employs international tried and tested best practice method for growth and development for our country. Many poor countries around the world are using their most basic resources to move ahead. And if it's one country that has resources, it's Trinidad and Tobago.
For true, right?
Yeah.
That is so true, for
Yes.
sure. So it's time to get back to the land, get back to agriculture. Let's use our land to grow as much as we can eat and export. Coconut is big news now. Why did we stop coconuts? Avocados are king in the world of good fats to eat. Our peppers and our cocoa are considered best in the world. Sugar cane. What about that?
Yes.
Why did it die?
I say bring back the cocoa and the cane.
Exactly. Let's start buying and eating local.
Yes.
Support local.
We used to push that long time
All
ago.
the time.
Buy local.
And we are all hearing now that all the stuff we used to eat as children is now all the healthy trends all
Yes,
around the world
exactly.
now, right?
But if our arts were encouraged, we invented the pan. We should be the home of the steel pan.
Yes.
We are.
Other countries are taking it and loving it.
Yeah, like Japan.
Yeah.
Not because there's Japan, you having pan in the name, that means it's yours.
Our carnival is leaving us and traveling to shores around the world, and we are not benefiting from that marketing gold mine. Not at all.
Everybody else had the best carnival in the world.
As for the international pop stars that we have who come from this country, Nicki Minaj is the biggest thing in the world.
One of the biggest things. Cardi B is
Yeah.
another.
And how can we support her and use her stardom to generate income for this country? Our actors are not also getting international recognition. How can the government support these people?
Yes, Wakanda
And
forever.
bring income to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Fashion
Yes.
is an entire industry if support is given in the right way, and so that we can bring billions of dollars
Of course,
to these shows.
of course.
I know you could do it.
You know, oil and gas is not the only way to make our economy strong. All of those areas you have all just mentioned have billion-dollar potential if supported.
If
And I mean,
supported.
at least we supporting local as today
Yes.
we win.
You see
We
what
are
we
not
doing?
alone. A lot of people are not
Always.
doing that.
We pushing
Right?
our own.
Come on. What about our soca?
Yes.
It is on the international doorsteps. How can the government use its support to take all the way and make money for us all? We even have the young rappers and rap artists whose quality of music is of international standard, and the world is noticing.
They all come
Everybody
here.
knows.
Look at
except
Nyla
us.
and BT.
Come on, they're
Nyla.
reaching places.
Yes.
They're reaching places. Those guys are hungry and talented, and they need support so they can create.
Yes.
Come on,
You have
let's
to
give them the
support.
support they deserve.
Yeah.
I really think our government need to not just look at us for votes, but look at us to say, how can we serve the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes.
And how can we make their lives and every family life better?
True.
Our boys that are going astray started very young. By the time that child turns 7 years old, the teacher in the school will know which child is struggling and that his family need help.
Yes,
At
of
that
course.
point, to me, really and truly, we should have support for that family.
Go in and support them and by seeing what they need, what living conditions they're
Yes.
under, that this child might not be struggling. That's what we need social services to do.
Yeah,
Go
but
into
nobody
these
in
things.
Trinidad and Tobago would mind, really and truly, if the government taking the money and supporting our families that need help.
Help the father get a skill. Help the mother with daycare.
Yeah.
So that she can go and work. Get counseling to give them the skills to cope with day-to-day life. Let's save one struggling family at a time.
Forget spending money on the highways. We tired of that. Save some families and help them out of poverty and dependence. That will be money well spent.
I agree.
I don't know why every election we have to be fixing the road.
Okay.
And they're always fixing roads that don't need fixing.
Box trains.
Trains.
Hey.
It pains everyone. Everyone to see how our sick are treated at the hospitals. We are all scared to get sick in this country and end up in a public hospital. It seems obvious that somebody is keeping the public health system as a house of horrors. kind of situation to ensure that the private hospitals flourish, because
My
I don't
allergies
understand
on fire
it.
and I keep it just
I don't understand it. Since years I'm growing up knowing the same thing. You don't want to go in the hospital. Somebody is getting paid to do that. And it has been happening forever in this country. With this government, the last one, the one before that, they want to come. Nobody is being held accountable for suffering the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, why billions and billions of our dollars are being spent on healthcare every year in the budget. Where it going? Where is it going? Definitely not to serve the people of this country. But every year, maximum amount of money for healthcare.
And the rally, isn't it?
Well, the general attitude of our leaders seems to be not one of support and encouragement, but one of doom and discouragement. And we don't like that anymore. I mean, if the public says that this is a problem, the automatic reaction is, if you get a reaction at all, is somebody else's responsibility. There's no one place where the buck stops. There's no one to say, yes, I am responsible and I will get it fixed. Here is what I will do. You'll ever notice no minister ever stands up. Prime Minister does not stand up.
You know, another place that can do it support and a place that generates jobs. Ladies, what do you think it is? The Avenue.
I'm always talking about the Avenue.
Oh gosh, many countries around the world would love an entertainment hub to develop in their country. Like in Miami.
Hello.
Come on, everybody
Miami
go Miami.
Beach.
We have our own little Miami and nobody taking it on.
No.
But the line of restaurants and bars that people can come from all around the world and spend their weekend generating billions for their economy. Our government's reaction to the Avenue is let's wreck as many cars as possible. Everybody experience that. Let's make it hard for the bars, staff, patrons. Let's see how we can make this shut down instead of encouraging, exactly what you all were saying. Nobody's want to encourage. It's always a bring
Rip down,
shut
down.
All over the avenue.
Instead of encouraging and making it possible for many people to flourish, businesses, jobs, the economy, giving visitors a place to visit, we try to hold it back and not let it grow. Many times simply because the person who is stopping it is not getting anything from it. Why we like that? Why we can't support people if we're not gaining something?
It's not my idea.
It's just not our mindset. It's not our attitude. And it's sad. It's really sad.
Your idea and your idea. It's not my idea. So
it's a cultural thing. In this business too, people how they are. If you see somebody doing good,
yes, they want to pull you down.
No, but I don't want to get hater. No, but
Exactly.
I want to. What about the schools?
oh gosh.
What about the
system
schools?
and
Education system. They are truly. Children now are very different. Very, very different. Technology again, and telling all of that. They are exposed to so much, and the education system and curriculum we have are no longer interesting for our youth.
No, they're bored with the curriculum.
No, naturally, we could say children today are no longer just following what they are told. They have 1,000,005 questions they want to ask to create their own path. Imagine if we assess what our child needs, what they're really interested in, and started training them from young in the things they want to do. Like music, singing, entrepreneurship, real careers that they are interested in exploring, discovering their passion from a young age and really getting that excited to learn something they want to do.
Not what you want to do or your mother want to do.
Yes.
Or not what your father want to do. What the child want to do.
Designing carnival.
Yes.
Designing carnival costumes.
I remember
It's a big career.
I hated maths. I wasn't good at maths, but I was good at speaking. I liked the camera. I was not shy. You know, you would go up in front and do all the talking and take your strengths. And you know what I realized? There's no course in schools to help broadcasters.
No.
You know much young people have message and actually have. So what did you do to get into
You have to do it. We have it in school in tertiary level because I do it now, but not in primary
not
level.
from that level.
Yeah, so that's it. We would if they really started from in school, we will have no more aimless you just looking for trouble and getting involved with the wrong influences.
That's right.
Check your children. Guide them to what they want, not what you want, people.
These are really some interesting prospects. What just crossed my mind, we have all this beautiful sunlight all year round. Why can't we be a solar-powered country? Use the power we have, the wind, the abundance of the seas, river to power a small island.
I
No, the whole island.
You know,
people
we
who
have
do
every
solar
resource
power.
possible.
I know people who do this solar powers and stuff like that.
Yes,
Yeah. But it should be
It's
a
very
national
expensive.
thing.
Exactly.
It should be a national
In
thing.
some countries, when you're building a new house now in Barbados and some other,
Yes.
you have to put
That's
in
why
solar.
they are called
Yes.
second world countries.
And
All the
yeah.
countries that are going solar powered, we have every resource possible to be a self-sufficient economy and
Yes.
country.
Yes, of course.
Is it just bad mind that's keeping us back? This is really sad.
I think it's bad, man. It really is. Because if I didn't think about it and I bring it up, I don't want it to really, you don't want it to happen because you didn't think
Yeah,
about
because it wasn't your thought.
We have to get rid of that.
Fed up with the governments that's coming in and they see because another government started something, they're not going to finish it. It's a sort of pettiness.
So we're always
pettiness.
starting over.
Always starting over. We, the people, we are the sweet people of sweet Trinidad and Tobago. We need to see each other differently. Need to demand to be treated well, with respect. We need our views heard, and the ones we put in charge of our future and country, we need them to do the work and produce results. At least 85%, because I know things not perfect.
So much
But
again,
trying,
I'm
man. We the people have not. We have to not settle. We need to not be manipulated by money and color and class, but to know that we are Trinidadians and Trinbagonians and we deserve better. And the only way for us to get better is to truly care about our neighbors, about the village, about our country.
Yeah.
If we care for each other, we will demand a government that will not disrespect us and leave us to cry. Leave us to burn tires and beg for a hearing. Some understanding and simple human compassion is what we need from our leaders.
Yeah, boy.
That's all. Compassion.
That's all, eh? Well, it sounds like a lot. But thank you, everyone. Much more when we return with the Sisterhood.
Welcome back, everyone. You are viewing Sisterhood, your weekly magazine show. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. We are so glad you stayed with us.
Besides taking care of each other, let's take care of ourselves with this week's fashion, beauty, and personal wellness segment, Self-Centered.
And today we're getting self-centered at Beauty Body Works on the Lady Young Road right before the walkover. And we're here with the owner of this wonderful place. Oh my gosh, I must say, I was blown away by the amount of things you offer. So tell us some of the services that you have.
Alright, first we provide pedicures, manicures, makeup, nail service, acrylic gels, all those are included in the nail service as well. We also have waxing. That's pretty much when it comes to the service. Apart from that, we have a nail supply store. We supply nail techs throughout the country with their products for their nail service as well. We have a lot of blings, glitters, acrylic powders, gels. We supply the nail techs as well.
So anyone could come in here not only to get the services, but actually get the supplies.
That's true.
Love that. All right. So Beverly, can you tell us how we're going to get self-centered here today?
But today is your lucky day because you're just in time to try one of our newest pedicure lines, in which is Fetish. It's new at Beauty Body Works.
Wow, I can't wait.
was your footish experience?
It was really nice. I have to say, footish is definitely my new fetish. You know, it's a different way to take care of yourself and get self-centered. And women need to remember that getting self-centered actually starts not only from head to toe, but from toe to head, literally. So treating yourself is definitely one of the most important ways of getting self-centered. So ladies, it's back to you.
We must know that we can learn from each other's experiences and gain strength from that knowledge. So in an effort to encourage sharing, we move into our next segment called A Word from the Wise.
Hi, my name is Deborah Cantasti. I grew up in St. James, and in my late teens, we moved to Belmont. I attended the Tranquility Government Secondary School. After leaving Tranquility, I ended up going to St. Mary's Secretarial College. Back in those days, being a secretary was the norm, and I was sent there by my aunt. I hated it, but I had to do it. After ending my term at St. Mary's Secretarial College, I got a job at Caribbean Insurance Company. Back in the days, it was exciting working there because that was your first major job and you ended up making friends who you would be friends with for life. I landed a job with Tattle Insurance Company where I spent the latter days before leaving there to pursue my love for massaging. It was a brave, bold move, but it was something that I had to do. I just felt the need to explore my other options. And today, after 10 years, I can safely say I am an accomplished massage therapist. It has been one of my dreams come true. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not married, but I have a handsome son and who has graced me with a grandson. And when I thought I couldn't love anymore, when that day when my grandson came into this world, it was a feeling that I will never forget. My mother had 6 children, my aunt had none. So I was the one who she loved and I would always be over by her. So it wasn't like he was living far or anything like that. So I grew up more or less as an only child, knowing I have siblings. So that connect was never there with my brothers and sisters. You know you have your brothers and sisters, you know that's your sister, you know that's your brother. But the relationship, I wish it would be a relationship where I have friends who have sisters and brothers, that they feel their pain and they know it's not just surface. That's my brother, that's my sister. That is what I would wish for me, for personally. If I had to speak about Trinidad and Tobago, we'll probably spend the entire evening here. But Trinidad and Tobago is not just the country of my birth. So I would really like to see us forge back to a love of community, a love of country, a love with respect to even how we discard our garbage. You know, even how we speak to our elders who paved the way for us. Just basic human liking each other. Look at each other and say, he looks like me or she looks like me, and treat each other with respect. That's what I would like to see come back to my country, my love in Trinidad and Tobago. I am most grateful for life, for having a good life, having a wonderful son and a beautiful grandson. That day when he came into the world and I saw my son holding him, I was like, he come from me and he came from his dad? And I was like, oh my God, this is wonderful. And I was like, how people is separate from this? How? it's something you can't even fathom. And that is what I'm most grateful for. I am grateful and I'm thankful to be in the land of the living. I'm thankful to be in this country, Trinidad and Tobago, despite and in spite of. That's what I'm most grateful for.
That was our word from the wise. Thank you so much for sharing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our second gentleman for the our
Sisterhood
series. That leads us into our word of the week. What is the one word you want to take into next week with? A word that will focus you and motivate you and keep you grounded. Daniel?
Well, as they say, together we aspire, together we achieve. My word is together. We can accomplish nothing unless we work hand in hand and we do this thing together. Our country will only improve when we, the people, come together and work towards a better life, fix our attitude, have our goals in check, and not only blame the government, but try and put it out there to tell them what we want. Hopefully they will listen.
Stand up for yourself.
Yes, stand up for yourself.
And as you're saying that, I'm looking for the word blessing, because really and truly you need a blessing and a little magic or something for that to happen. Because I mean, Cecilia was saying this and it stuck with me, the blessing. I think we really have to appreciate the simple things we have.
That's right.
Our land, we need to be able to nurture, get things done, agriculture, do stuff with it. Use the children, teach them how to grow stuff. I had a garden when I was younger. I love gardening. So, I mean, those are simple things that we can actually take into consideration.
So true. Love it, love it. Who next?
My word would be compassion. I think in understanding the blessing and in understanding that we must work together, there must be a sense of compassion. We need to be compassionate with each other. We need to understand that we are human beings. We know of each other's foibles as well as each other's strengths. So therefore, in the interaction, if we work better with each other, we're going to have a better society at large. And I really think the human development is based on compassionate consideration of each other.
Sweet. I only have a one-track mind right now. Sorry, my word is football. Serious World Cup. I have World Cup fever and I missed a whole game to do Sisterhood. So no, my word is football, because only every 4 years it takes over the world
and brings the world together.
Brings us together. Yes.
Definitely in Trinidad we are having plenty limes and parties. So happy World Cup, everybody.
My word is pledge. The pledge. You know, we have a pledge. The pledge that we don't read, I think it's important for people to make a pledge to themselves. Make a pledge to your family. Make a pledge for your life. I want the government to remember the pledge.
To we the people.
Remember the pledge for we the people. So that's my word. Make up a pledge.
Love it. Oh God. I want to thank everyone for viewing and to extend this special invitation to you to join the Sisterhood group. It is totally free. We want you to be part of this movement. Just join.
Just join.
Yes, the intention is for us to form a large, powerful group of ladies who will come together in the Sisterhood to communicate, collaborate, and celebrate each other.
So join us.
Yes, it's very easy to join. Just log on to the sisterhoodtt.com and click to join the Sisterhood, or go to the Sisters Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago page on Facebook and you will find the Join the Sisterhood form.
Right.
Yeah, it's that easy. We want this to be more than just a weekly television show, but a movement that can make the lives of women, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the region, better by coming together to communicate, collaborate, and celebrate our greatness as Caribbean women and men
in the world.
Yes.
I want to thank all those who tuned in today. Thank you for choosing us, the Sisterhood. We will be back next week, same place, same time. Remember, we also want you to get your Sisterhood bracelet. It is a 7-chakra lava stone diffuser bracelet. That means you can add your own fragrance to the lava stone, and the 7-chakra semi-precious gemstone beads are said to have healing powers. They are available for $100 contribution, and you come in a nice gold pouch. We are all wearing ours, and we want you to get yours.
Yes.
Be a part of the hood.
We also want you to look out for our Sisterhood Empowerment events coming up soon.
Can't
They're
miss
going to be
those.
live
live
events.
power events coming on soon. We are really excited that the Sisterhood is here, and in the next few weeks we have so many great topics to share with you, and we hope you will be able to learn something from the experience.
Yeah, well, that's it for this week.
Already.
Yeah, that's it, girls and guys. That's it for this
Thank
week's
you,
episode.
Richard.
So tune in next week for much, much more. Okay, everybody? Thank you. Bye from the
And as we always say, let's take care of each other, TNT.
Yes.
Take care of each other.